The Galactic Council's grand research vessel, the Celestial Explorer, hung in Earth's orbit like a shimmering star. Inside, Dr. Zix 427, the lead alien scientist, stared at his holographic screens with all four of his eyes wide open. His tentacles twitched nervously as he called out to his team. "Everyone, come here quickly. You need to see this." The ship's crew, a mix of various alien species, gathered around Dr. Zix 427's workstation. They watched in awe as video footage from Earth played on the screen. The first clip showed a human skydiver. His parachute failed, but he survived the fall with only minor injuries. In the next scene, a woman was trapped in a burning building. She jumped from the 4th floor and walked away with just a few bruises. "This is impossible," muttered Gloop9, the slimy data analyst. "No species can survive such incidents." Dr. Zix 427 nodded in agreement. "And yet there's more." The screens lit up with more scenes. A man surviving in the freezing Antarctic waters for hours, a child walking away unharmed after being struck by lightning, and an old woman fighting off a deadly disease that should have killed her in days. "I've been studying Earth for 3 galactic cycles now," Dr. Zix 427 explained. "At first, I thought these were rare cases, but look at this data." He pulled up a chart showing survival rates of different species in extreme conditions. The human line was off the charts. "Humans don't just survive. They thrive in conditions that would kill most species," he said, his voice filled with excitement and disbelief. Clar 8, the ship's pilot, scratched her scaly head. "But how? What's their secret?" Dr. Zix 427's tentacles danced as he pulled up more data. "That's the most fascinating part. It's not just one thing. It's a mix of their biology, psychology, and something else we can't quite explain yet." He showed them microscopic images of human cells. "Look here. Their cells can repair damage faster than any species we've encountered. And their brains, they're wired for survival in a way we've never seen before." The crew murmured in amazement. Gloop9 oozed closer to the screen. "Are you saying what I think you're saying, Doctor?" Dr. Zix 427 took a deep breath, his color changing from blue to a vibrant purple. "Yes, I am. Based on all our research, we can only conclude one thing. Humans don't know how to die." The statement hung in the air like a heavy fog. The implications were enormous. "But every species dies," Clar 8 said, her voice barely a whisper. "Of course," Dr. Zix 427 replied. "Humans do die eventually, but they resist death in ways that defy our understanding of biology and physics. It's as if they refuse to accept their mortality." He pulled up more footage, humans surviving in space, deep underwater, in scorching deserts, and frozen wastelands. "They push the limits of survival every day," he continued. "They take risks that would terrify other species, and somehow, against all odds, they keep surviving." The crew watched in silence, trying to process this information. Finally, Gloop9 spoke up. "What does this mean for the Galactic Council?" Dr. Zix 427's color deepened to a rich indigo. "It means everything might change. Humans are not the primitive species we thought they were. They're something extraordinary." He turned to face his team, all four eyes glowing with excitement. "We need to report this to the Council immediately. This discovery could reshape our understanding of life itself." As the crew rushed to prepare their report, Dr. Zix 427 took one last look at the images of Earth on his screen. He couldn't help but feel a mix of awe and apprehension. The humans, with their incredible will to live, were about to shock the entire galaxy. And Dr. Zix 427 knew that nothing would ever be the same again. The Grand Hall of the Galactic Council buzzed with excited chatter. Representatives from 1,000 worlds filled the star-shaped chamber, their varied forms creating a living rainbow of colors and shapes. At the center, a holographic display showed the Earth slowly spinning. High Counselor Sith, a tall, crystalline being, called for order. The room fell silent. Esteemed members of the Galactic Council, Sith's voice rang out. We have received an urgent report from our research team on Earth. Dr. Zix 427, please present your findings. Dr. Zix 427 floated to the center, his tentacles trembling slightly. He took a deep breath and began. Honorable Council, we have made a discovery that will shake the foundations of our understanding of life itself. He paused for effect. The humans of Earth, they don't know how to die. The chamber erupted in chaos. Some representatives laughed, thinking it was a joke. Others shouted in disbelief. A few even fainted. Sith raised all 6 of their arms, calling for silence. Explain, Doctor. What do you mean? Dr. Zix 427 projected images of humans surviving incredible dangers. Humans routinely survive events that would kill any of us. They fall from great heights, survive in extreme temperatures, and even come back from the brink of death itself. The Zorlak representative, a being made of pure energy, spoke up. Are they immortal then? No, not immortal, Dr. Zix 427 clarified. They do die eventually, but their will to live, their ability to survive, it's unlike anything we've ever seen. The chamber filled with murmurs. The Krylov delegation, known for their warrior culture, looked impressed. The peaceful Florians seemed worried. Ambassador Glix of the Vex hive mind leaned forward, her compound eyes glittering. This is troubling news. If humans are this resilient, they could be a threat to galactic peace. Several representatives nodded in agreement. Fear began to spread through the chamber. But not everyone was afraid. Ambassador Luma of the Aetherian Collective raised her glowing hand. Or they could be incredible allies. Think of what we could learn from them. This sparked a new round of debate. The chamber split into 2 clear groups. Those who saw humans as a potential threat, and those fascinated by their abilities. High Counselor Sith struggled to maintain order. Please, let's approach this rationally. Dr. Zix 427, what do you recommend? The doctor's skin flickered with changing colors as he thought. I believe we need to study the humans more closely. Perhaps we should invite them to address the council directly. Gasps echoed through the chamber. Inviting a newly discovered species to the council was unprecedented. Ambassador Glix buzzed angrily. Absolutely not. It's too dangerous. We should quarantine their planet immediately. But Ambassador Luma countered, we can't make decisions based on fear. Meeting the humans is the only way to truly understand them. The debate raged on for hours. Some wanted to learn from humans, others wanted to contain them. A few even suggested studying humans in secret. Finally, High Counselor Sith raised all 6 arms again. We will put it to a vote. Should we invite human representatives to address the council? The tension in the room was thick as the votes were cast. Dr. Zix 427 watched nervously, his tentacles curled tightly. After what seemed like an eternity, the results appeared on the central hologram. By a narrow margin, the council had voted yes. Sith nodded solemnly. It is decided. We will extend an invitation to the humans of Earth. As the council members filed out, the chamber buzzed with excited and worried conversations. Dr. Zix 427 felt a mix of relief and anxiety. He had started something big, something that would change the galaxy forever. In the back of the chamber, a shadowy figure slipped out unnoticed. The agent had to report this development to their mysterious employers. The news of humanity's remarkable survival skills was about to spread far beyond the council chambers. For better or for worse, the galaxy held its breath, waiting to see what would happen when humanity stepped onto the cosmic stage. The sleek silver spaceship carrying the human delegation glided smoothly into the massive docking bay of the Galactic Council's space station. Inside, 5 humans stood nervously, adjusting their specially designed spacesuits. Dr. Emily Chen, the lead scientist, took a deep breath. Remember, we're representing all of humanity here. Let's show them what we're made of. Captain Mark Reynolds, a decorated military veteran, nodded firmly. "We've got this, team." The other three members, Sarah Okoro, a survivor of multiple natural disasters, Jack Thompson, an extreme sports enthusiast, and Maria Garcia, a medical miracle who had beaten terminal cancer twice, all shared determined looks. As the airlock hissed open, they were greeted by a sight that took their breath away. Aliens of all shapes, sizes, and colors filled the vast greeting chamber. Some floated, some crawled, and others shifted forms constantly. High Counselor Sith stepped forward, their crystalline body shimmering. "Welcome, humans of Earth, to the Galactic Council." Dr. Chen stepped forward, her voice steadied despite her racing heart. "We are honored to be here, High Counselor. Thank you for this incredible opportunity." The human delegation was led to the Grand Council chamber. Thousands of alien eyes and other sensory organs focused on them as they took their place at the center. Sith's voice boomed across the chamber. "Esteemed council members, we have brought these humans here to understand their unique relationship with death. Dr. Chen, would you care to address the council?" Emily nodded, clearing her throat. "Respected members of the Galactic Council, we understand that our ability to survive has caused quite a stir. We're here to explain and to learn." She gestured to her team. "Each of us has a story that might seem impossible to you. Captain Reynolds here survived a spaceship crash that should have vaporized him." Mark stepped forward, his voice strong. "The ship was breaking apart around me, but I remembered my training, found a small pocket of safety, and held on. Somehow, I made it." Murmurs rippled through the chamber. A tentacled alien spoke up. "But how? The physics doesn't make sense." Emily smiled. "That's the thing about humans. We don't always follow the rules of physics or biology. We adapt, we push limits, we survive." Sarah Okoro stepped forward next. "I've lived through 3 major earthquakes, a tsunami, and a volcanic eruption. Each time, I thought it was the end, but something in me refused to give up." The council members listened, fascinated and confused. Jack Thompson shared stories of surviving avalanches and skydiving accidents. Maria Garcia explained how she fought cancer against all odds, twice. As they spoke, the mood in the chamber began to shift. The fear and suspicion were being replaced by curiosity and even admiration. A glowing energy being floated closer. "But surely you must have some secret, some technology or genetic modification." Dr. Chen shook her head. "No secret technology. Just the culmination of millions of years of evolution on a planet that tried very hard to kill us. We learned to be stubborn." Captain Reynolds added, "And we never learned when to quit. It's not that we don't know how to die. We just refuse to accept it as inevitable." The chamber buzzed with conversation. Some council members looked impressed. Others still seemed wary. High Counselor Sith raised their arms for silence. "Humans, your stories are incredible, but they also raise concerns. How do we know you won't use this resilience to dominate others?" Emily's face grew serious. "We've come here in peace, hoping to learn and share. Our history isn't perfect, but we've learned that cooperation is stronger than domination. We don't want to conquer the galaxy. We want to explore it, to understand it, and maybe to help protect it." Her words hung in the air, powerful in their simplicity. The council members looked at each other, a mix of emotions playing across their alien features. As the session ended, it was clear that the galaxy's view of humanity had changed forever. The humans had shown themselves to be not just survivors, but potential allies in the face of the universe's dangers. But as the human delegation left the chamber, none of them noticed the shadowy figure watching from a hidden alcove. The galaxy's power balance had just shifted, and not everyone was happy about it. The real challenges for humanity were just beginning. The massive research station, Cosmic Curiosity, orbited Earth, its gleaming laboratories bustling with activity. Inside, a unique team of alien and human scientists worked tirelessly to unravel the mystery of human resilience. Dr. Zix 427, now leading the joint research effort, floated excitedly between workstations. His tentacles waved as he called out, "Status updates, everyone." Dr. Emily Chen, representing Earth, looked up from her holographic display. "The genetic analysis is fascinating, Zix. Human DNA has some unique repair mechanisms we never noticed before." Nearby, Gloop 9, the data analyst, oozed with excitement. "And the historical data is mind-boggling. Humans have survived ice ages, plagues, and even their own nuclear accidents." The team had been working non-stop for weeks, studying human physiology, psychology, and history. Each day brought new surprises. In one corner, Captain Mark Reynolds was hooked up to various alien machines. Clar 8, the scaly pilot turned medical assistant, monitored his vitals. "Incredible," Clar 8 hissed. "His body is actively adapting to our tests in real time. It's like his cells are learning." Mark grinned, despite the discomfort. "Just doing my job, ma'am. Though I could use a coffee break soon." Dr. Zix 427 wiggled happily. "Ah yes, coffee. Another fascinating human survival tool. We must study its effects too." In another lab, Sarah Okoro was undergoing psychological tests. The alien psychologist, a telepathic cloud named Wisp, floated nearby, looking puzzled. "Your mind. It refuses to accept defeat." Wisp's thoughts echoed. "Even in simulated death scenarios, you keep fighting." "How?" Sarah shrugged. "I guess we humans are just too stubborn to give up." Dr. Chen walked over, adding, "It's more than stubbornness, though. Our research shows that humans have an extraordinary ability to find hope in hopeless situations. It's like our brains are wired for optimism, even against overwhelming odds." Dr. Zix 427 nodded all four of his eyes. "Yes, yes. This hope concept is crucial. It seems to trigger physiological responses that enhance survival." The team gathered around a large holographic display showing a 3D model of a human body. Various points lit up as Dr. Chen explained their findings. "We've identified several key factors in human resilience," she began. "First, our bodies have an incredible ability to adapt to extreme conditions. We can survive in temperatures and environments that would kill most species." Gloop 9 added, "And your historical data shows that humans have faced near-extinction events multiple times, yet always bounced back stronger." Dr. Zix 427 waved a tentacle excitedly. "Don't forget the psychological factors. The human capacity for problem-solving under pressure is unparalleled in the galaxy." As they discussed, alarms suddenly blared throughout the station. A voice boomed over the intercom. "Warning! Micrometeoroid shower approaching. All personnel to safety stations." The alien scientists panicked, but the humans sprang into action. Captain Reynolds quickly organized an evacuation plan, while Dr. Chen and Sarah worked to secure vital research data. In the chaos, a stray micrometeoroid breached the hull, causing a rapid decompression in one lab. Without hesitation, Mark sealed himself in the damaged section to manually repair the breach, risking his life to save others. Dr. Zix 427 watched in awe as the humans efficiently handled the crisis. When the danger passed and Mark emerged unscathed, the alien scientist realized they had just witnessed the very phenomenon they were studying. "Remarkable," he muttered. "You truly don't know how to die, do you?" Dr. Chen smiled, helping misshapen Gloop 9 to his station. "We know how. We just choose not to when others need us." As the team regrouped, there was a new energy in the air. They hadn't just been studying human resilience, they had experienced it firsthand. Dr. Zix 427 raised his tentacles high. "My friends, I believe we're on the verge of a galactic breakthrough. The secret of human survival isn't just in their bodies or minds. It's in their spirit, their connections to each other." The team nodded in agreement, aliens and humans alike. They had started this project to study humanity, but they were ending up learning lessons that could benefit the entire galaxy. As they returned to their work with renewed vigor, none of them noticed the small, hidden camera that had recorded the entire incident. Somewhere in the depths of space, shadowy figures watched with great interest, realizing that humans might be more valuable and more dangerous than anyone had imagined. The grand arena of Zelos 9, a massive space station, buzzed with excitement. Thousands of alien spectators from across the galaxy filled the stands, their eyes and other sensory organs fixed on the central platform. Today, humanity would face its greatest test yet. High Counselor Xith's voice boomed across the arena. Welcome, galactic citizens, to the trials of resilience. Today, we will see if the humans truly are as adaptable as they claim. On the platform stood the 5 human representatives: Dr. Emily Chen, Captain Mark Reynolds, Sarah Okoro, Jack Thompson, and Maria Garcia. They looked small compared to the monstrous challenges that lay before them. The first challenge began. Jack Thompson stepped forward, facing a simulated avalanche. As tons of holographic snow rushed towards him, Jack didn't flinch. He expertly navigated the danger, using techniques he'd learned on Earth. The crowd gasped as he emerged unscathed. Impressive, muttered a rock-like alien in the crowd. But let's see them handle real danger. Next, Sarah Okoro entered a chamber filled with toxic gas, a lethal environment for most species. Using a combination of controlled breathing and sheer willpower, she managed to complete the task of sealing a reactor leak. As she exited, gasping but alive, even the skeptics in the crowd looked impressed. Dr. Chen faced a different kind of challenge, a complex alien puzzle that had stumped the galaxy's greatest minds. With calm focus, she approached the problem from angles no one had considered before. The crowd watched in awe as she solved it in record time. It's not just about physical resilience, Dr. Chen explained to the astonished judges. Human adaptability extends to our minds as well. Captain Reynolds' trial was next. He was placed in a malfunctioning spacecraft simulator, hurtling towards a black hole. Using a combination of quick thinking and unorthodox piloting, he not only saved the ship, but also discovered a new safe route through the treacherous space. As the crowd cheered, a shadowy figure in the back rows watched intently, recording every detail of the human's performance. The final challenge fell to Maria Garcia. She was injected with a fast-acting but non-lethal alien virus, one that had caused other species to fall unconscious within minutes. To everyone's shock, Maria remained standing. Her twice-beaten cancer had prepared her immune system for this fight. Extraordinary, exclaimed Dr. Zix 427, who was monitoring the trials. Her body is actually adapting to the virus in real time. As the trials concluded, the human team stood tall, battered but undefeated. The arena erupted in a mix of cheers and astonished murmurs. High Counselor Xith raised all 6 arms for silence. Humans of Earth, you have surpassed all expectations. Your species has demonstrated resilience beyond our understanding. But not everyone was celebrating. Ambassador Glix of the Vex hive mind buzzed angrily. This proves they're a threat. No species should be this unkillable. Tensions rose in the arena as various factions began to argue. Some saw the humans as potential saviors, others as a dangerous anomaly that needed to be contained. Dr. Chen stepped forward, her voice calm but firm. We didn't come here to threaten anyone. Humanity's gift isn't invincibility. It's the will to keep trying, no matter the odds. We want to share this gift, not use it against you. Her words seemed to resonate with many in the crowd. Even some of the skeptical aliens nodded in approval. As the debate raged on, Captain Reynolds noticed something odd. Emily, he whispered, look at the far corner of the arena. Is it just me, or does that shadow seem out of place? Before Dr. Chen could respond, alarms blared throughout the station. A booming voice echoed, warning, unknown ship approaching at high speed. This is not a drill. Panic erupted in the arena. But instead of fleeing, The human team sprang into action, helping to organize an evacuation and prepare defenses. As chaos unfolded around them, Dr. Chen realized that their greatest challenge was just beginning. The true test of humanity's place in the galaxy was about to unfold, and the fate of Earth, perhaps the entire galaxy, hung in the balance. The shadowy figure slipped away in the chaos, transmitting a coded message to unknown recipients. The humans have exceeded all parameters. Proceed to Phase Omega. The emergency alarms of Zelos 9 space station blared as chaos erupted. The unknown ship, sleek and menacing, drew closer. In the midst of panic, the 5 human representatives stood firm. "Everyone, stay calm." Captain Mark Reynolds' voice cut through the noise. "We need an organized evacuation." "Dr. Chen, what's our status?" Dr. Emily Chen, already interfacing with the station systems, reported quickly. "The unknown ship has disabled our main defenses. We're vulnerable." High Counselor Sith, usually composed, looked shaken. "This is unprecedented. Our security." "There's no time," Sarah Okoro interrupted. "We need to act now." In that moment, something remarkable happened. The aliens, who moments ago had been debating whether humans were a threat, now looked to them for guidance. Jack Thompson sprinted to the control room. "I can reroute emergency power to the shields." Maria Garcia, her body still fighting off the alien virus, began organizing medical teams. "Prepare for casualties. We'll need all hands on deck." As the humans sprang into action, the alien spectators watched in awe. The same resilience that had impressed them in controlled trials was now saving lives in a real crisis. Ambassador Glix, who had been so skeptical, buzzed in surprise. "They're protecting us, even after our doubts." Dr. 6427 nodded, his tentacles waving excitedly. "This is what makes them special. They don't just survive. They help others survive too." Outside, the unknown ship launched its first attack. The station shuddered, but the hastily reinforced shields held. In the command center, Dr. Chen worked furiously alongside alien technicians. "Their technology is like nothing I've seen," she muttered. Then her eyes widened. "Wait, some of this looks familiar." Before she could elaborate, the comm system crackled. A deep, distorted voice filled the station. "Surrender the humans, or be destroyed." Captain Reynolds stepped up to respond. "This is Captain Mark Reynolds of Earth. We don't know who you are, but we're not surrendering anyone. This station is under our protection." A chilling laugh answered him. "Foolish humans, always playing the heroes." Suddenly, Maria Garcia gasped. The alien virus in her system was mutating rapidly, but instead of harming her, it seemed to be enhancing her. "Emily," she called out, "I think I know what's happening. The virus, it's not natural. It's engineered by humans." The revelation hit like a shockwave. Dr. Chen's mind raced. The familiar technology, the virus. This isn't an alien attack. It's from Earth. As if confirming their suspicion, the attacking ship's holographic display flickered to life. The figure that appeared was human, but twisted, enhanced with alien tech. "Very good, Dr. Chen. We are the future of humanity, a future that embraces our true potential for domination." The galactic representatives looked on in horror and confusion. Ambassador Glix turned to Dr. Chen. "What is the meaning of this? You said humans came in peace." Dr. Chen stood tall, her voice firm. "And we did. These are not representatives of Earth. They're extremists, likely exiled for their dangerous views." Captain Reynolds nodded grimly. "Every species has its outliers. We've dealt with people like this before." The enhanced human on the screen sneered. "Dealt with? You shunned us for seeing the truth, that with our resilience, we could rule the galaxy." As the station shuddered under another attack, something unexpected happened. Aliens from different species stepped forward, standing shoulder to shoulder with the human team. High Counselor Sith's voice rang out. We judged you too quickly, humans of Earth. Now we see the truth. Your greatest strength isn't just survival. It's your capacity for protection and cooperation. Dr. Zix 427 added excitedly, your adaptability isn't a threat. It's a gift to the galaxy. The human team shared a determined look. They had come to prove humanity's worth, and now they had a chance to demonstrate it in the most crucial way. Dr. Chen turned to the gathered aliens, her eyes shining with purpose. We didn't come here to conquer. We came to connect, to be part of something greater than ourselves. Now, let's show the galaxy what humans and aliens can do together. As the enhanced humans prepared for another attack, they faced not just 5 resilient humans, but a united front of galactic species. The true power of humanity, the ability to inspire hope and unity, was about to be unleashed. The fate of Earth's place in the galactic community hung in the balance, but for the first time, they weren't facing it alone. #Galactic Council shocked. Humans don't know how to die. Part 7. A new era of cooperation. The Zelos 9 space station hummed with frantic activity. Humans and aliens worked side by side, preparing for the final confrontation with the enhanced human extremists. Dr. Emily Chen stood at the command center, surrounded by a diverse group of alien scientists. Their ship's shielding is unlike anything we've seen, she said, pointing to a holographic display. But if we combine our technologies, we might have a chance. Captain Mark Reynolds nodded, turning to a group of alien warriors. We'll need a strike team to board their ship. Who's with me? To everyone's surprise, Ambassador Glix buzzed forward. I volunteer. You humans have shown us the power of facing fears. It's time we do the same. As preparations continued, Maria Garcia made a startling discovery. The virus they used, she explained, her eyes wide. I think I can modify it to temporarily enhance our abilities without the negative effects. High Counselor Sith looked concerned. Is it safe? Sarah Okoro stepped forward. We don't have a choice. Sometimes survival means taking risks. With time running out, the combined human-alien force put their plan into action. As the enhanced humans launched their final assault, the defenders of Zelos 9 were ready. The battle was fierce. Enhanced humans, their bodies twisted by extreme modifications, poured into the station. But they faced a united front like never before. Jack Thompson, working with a team of alien engineers, managed to disrupt the enemy's advanced weapons. Their tech might be advanced, he shouted over the chaos. But it's no match for good old human ingenuity combined with alien wisdom. In space, Captain Reynolds led a daring assault on the enemy ship. His piloting skills, combined with the unique abilities of his alien crew, allowed them to penetrate the seemingly impenetrable defenses. Back on the station, Dr. Chen coordinated the defense. Remember, she called out, our strength isn't in not dying. It's in how we live, how we work together. The tide began to turn. The extremists, for all their enhancements, couldn't match the spirit of cooperation that had blossomed between humans and aliens. In a climactic moment, Maria Garcia, her body temporarily enhanced by the modified virus, faced off against the leader of the extremists. You forgot what makes us human, she said, her voice strong. It's not about domination. It's about connection. With a final, desperate lunge, the enemy leader was subdued. As the last of the extremists were rounded up, a cheer erupted throughout the station. In the aftermath, the Galactic Council convened an emergency session. High Counselor Sith's voice was solemn but filled with hope. Today, we witnessed the true power of humanity, not in their ability to survive, but in their capacity to unite us all. Dr. Zix 427, his tentacles waving excitedly, added, their adaptability isn't just physical or mental. It's social. They adapt by bringing out the best in others. The Council voted unanimously. Earth was to be granted full membership in the galactic community. As the human team stood before the Council to accept this honor, Captain Reynolds spoke. We came here to show you that humans don't know how to die. But we learned something too. We learned that the galaxy is full of wonders, and that together, we're all stronger. Dr. Chen nodded, adding, "Our resilience isn't a threat. It's a promise that no matter what challenges the universe throws at us, we'll face them together." In the months that followed, the impact of these events rippled across the galaxy. Human resilience became a valued trait in crisis management. Mixed crews of humans and aliens tackled the most dangerous rescue missions. Earth scientists worked alongside alien researchers to solve galactic-scale problems. But perhaps the most profound change was in how the galaxy's species viewed each other. The human spirit of adaptability and cooperation had awakened something in all of them. As Dr. Chen looked out at the stars from Earth's first galactic embassy, she smiled. Humanity had not only found its place in the cosmos, but had helped forge a stronger, more united galactic community. The universe was vast and full of dangers. But now, with humans standing alongside their alien allies, it felt just a little bit safer. The species that didn't know how to die had taught the galaxy a new way to live.